The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good evening from Anaheim, California. I'm Ron Chuck, and welcome to the broadcast for this 20th day of September 2022. Well, it's pretty simple. If the Blue Jays win this one, they are American League champions. If the Angels win this one, they'll play Game 5 tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, pitchers to be determined. Now, the storylines have changed a bit. When we left you after the Dodger win over the Cardinals a few hours ago, we thought it was going to be John Candelaria versus Jim Clancy. No. The Blue Jays smell enough blood in the water here near Disneyland that Dave Stieb says, I'm going, and I can go full strength. So the Jays are going for the juggler. It will be Dave Stieb to try to lock down the pennant on the first try for the Toronto Blue Jays. Kirk McCaskill has the best whip in the replay for the California Angels. It was 1.190. And if there's anything that the Angels need, is someone to go a long, long time. Now, since I'm controlling the Angels, McCaskill is on full rest. It'll be a rematch of Game 1 with John Candelaria and pretty much anybody and everybody available for the Angels, because this is the first of, well, if you liken this to the 2004 Red Sox, you just can't look past this one. And so it's all hands on deck today. If they win tonight, it's all hands on deck tomorrow, and so on and so forth. Also, trying to get some lefty power in there. Reggie Jackson is in right field tonight, and Rupert Jones is your DH. What can you do? There's not a heck of a lot you can do. If you're in the Angels, it's one out at a time, one batter at a time, and whatever. Good luck. It's Dave Stieb for the pennant. As Retro Sports Network presents the 1985 American League Championship Series. Tonight, the possible clincher, Game 4, live from Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the California Angels. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us again on Spotify, Spreaker, or iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so when the computer, or when we were told that Dave Stieb was going to get the start in this one, how you doing, Side Mine and Big Dave, wearing all of his Blue Jay paraphernalia, the Angels figured they had to go with McCaskill, and here's why. In 29 replay starts, he went 10-8. That's the bad news. He is the replay equivalent of Dave Stieb, but his earned run average was 3.5. His whip was 1.180, the best in the rotation, and the league only hit .230 against him. And he only threw 53 pitches in Game 1 of this series. He is 24 years old. The UVM grad is a fastball at 88. And neither favors the ground ball nor the fly ball. Again, he only threw 53 pitches, but only 2 of those runs were earned in the inning and 2/3. So he's on full rest. His ERA is 10.80. His job, go as long as he can and hope the Angels can somehow, some way, spark something. And Dave Roberts be added to the roster in diapers. I think the rest of this Angel offense has been wearing diapers. So as Xfinity Mobile, you really can do better. So here's how the Blue Jays line up. It's the same lineup as Game 1. Damaso Garcia leads off at second base. Lloyd Mosby in center field will bat second. George Bell in left will bat third. Willie Upshaw cleans up at first base. Jesse Barfield, who had a good game last night, in right field. Ernie Witt behind the plate will bat 6th. Rance Mullenix batting 7th at 3rd. Al Oliver, the DH, batting 8th. As you can see, I could not get the spacing right on Dave Steeb's name at all. Tony Fernandez batting 9th at short. And the American League Cy Young Award winner, Dave Steeb, gets the call for Toronto to lock this thing away. And Steve knows he's going to have some rest, regardless of whether they win today or not. Will it be... Well, you can watch on Twitch immediately, although we'd rather have you here, and it'll be up on YouTube at about 10 after 1 tomorrow. Probably the best playoff game we had. I won't spoil it. Defensively for the Angels, as they try to salvage their season, Brian Downing a 7-3 in left. Gary Pettis a 9-9 in center. Matt, how you doing? Reggie Jackson a 2-8 in right. They want the veteran presence in the outfield. DeCinces a 5 at third. Schofield a 7 at short. Gritch an 8 at second. Carew a 4 at first. If they lose tonight, Rod Carew's career is done. Bob Boone is a 6 and 8 behind the plate. I'm doing well, thanks. And McCaskill, who again, full rest, on 3 days rest, is a 7 on the mound with a .927 fielding percentage. I must be a politician with that answer. Like, if you're gonna watch the game, I'm not gonna tell you what happened. Trust me, it's worth it. Garcia steps in on a beautiful night at Disney. 80 degrees, winds blowing in from the scoreboard. The big A in left at 3. Garcia 4 for 15 in the series. He has doubled twice, driven in 3, and scored 5 times. And McCaskill starts game 4, a ground ball to Schofield. Dick across the way. 1 out. Plug your ears, John. Actually, no. So the Dodgers and Cardinals will play game 4. Time pending tomorrow. It all depends on what happens here. Here's Mosby. Look, where is this series at? That looks like Anaheim to me. Oh, actually, the standings. Toronto wins. They win it all. They're up 3-0. Mosby 6 for 12. 3 doubles. 5 RBI. Base hit left field. Downing will pick it up. That'll bring up George Bell, 4 for 12, a single, a double, 2 homers, and 7 RBI. McCaskill has to gather himself. Bell line drive to Schofield, and they're gonna double off Mosby. How about that? So the Angels finally get a break. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Half an inning in the books, no score. So Dave Steeb, the Cy Young winner, 22-8 on the regular replay, 1-0 in this ALCS. Fastball at 90-28, a ground ball pitcher. In their 12-1 Game 1 win, Steve went 8 innings, 137 pitches, threw a 4-hitter, gave up a run, walked 5, and struck out 8. How you doing, Big Clue? So here's the Angels lineup. It's a little different. Gary Pettis leads off in center field. And if their fortune really is changing, he's got to get on base. Rod Carew, his next loss will end his career. Unless they go to the World Series. They'll bat second, playing first. Brian Downing in left will bat third. Reggie Jackson is in the field tonight. He is in right, cleaning up. Doug DeCinces at third will bat fifth. Bobby Gritch will bat sixth at second base. Juan Benitez will not play tonight, and I forgot to change the name down there. It'll be Rupert Jones instead. Dick Schofield is at short. He'll bat 8th. Bob Boone batting 9th. And on full rest. And I forgot to change McCaskill's pitcher. That is not Kirk McCaskill. That is Mike Witt. But trust me, it is McCaskill who is on the mound. I was running late. Tuning into the most exciting baseball on TV tonight. Defensively for the Jays, it's the same lineup they've run out in the first 3 games. Bell a 5 and a 5 in left. Mosby a 5 and a 4 in center. Barfield an 8 and a 10 in right. Mullenix a 3 at third. Fernandez an 8 at short. Garcia a 4 at second. Upshaw a 6 at first. Witt a 6 and a 3 behind the plate. And Steve was 130. Yeah, but we're not going to spoil it for John. So, yes, a very tight one today in the NLCS. Yeah, that really is all that in a bag of chips. So, Steve a 7 on the mound. Gary Pettis, 154, 2 for 13 with an RBI. He's going to square. Gets this one down, rolls foul. Or not. They retire him. I thought that was going to roll foul. It somehow stayed in play. 1 out. Brad, I still don't have a handle on that NLCS. It's just been fantastic baseball all the way through. So here's Rod Carew, 5 for 10 on the series with an RBI. Steve winds and deals. And there's a base hit into center field. And so Carew has 6 hits on the series. Here's Brian Downing. He's 0 for 8. Driven in 2 and walked 2. Plenty more baseball to go unless you're an Angel fan. The Jays just have so much pitching. Pitch to Downing. Got him! He swung on and missed the 0-2 fastball, 2 out. So here's Reggie. He wanted to play in the field. He is 2 for 10 in the series. He has walked twice and struck out twice. Struck him out. Steve got him with a fastball on the inside corner. So the hit for Carew goes for naught, and that seems to be where this entire series has gone for the Angels. They leave a runner on after 1, no score. Your question is, can the Angels put up enough of a fight that Toronto's rotation won't be rested, reset in time for the World Series? Well, that depends on how long whoever they play. I'm assuming that it would either be, if the Angels win tonight, it's Candelaria or Romantic tomorrow. And if the Blue Jays can go on 3 days rest, then it's Doyle Alexander or Jim Clancy. And so the answer is advantage Toronto. That's true. We talked about that in the open. Can the Angels come from 3 down? It's never been done in baseball history before. 1 inning at a time, 1 batter at a time, and maybe if they win this, 1 game at a time. Matt says, since the Astros have clinched the American League West, have little chance of losing the number 1 seed, and little chance of catching the Dodgers for number 1 overall. I agree. This is by far the best baseball on the night. Thank you so much. Upshaw is 6 for 10 in this ALCS. A homer and 2 RBI. McCaskill deals. Ground ball to third. DeCinces across the way. 1 out. And so McCaskill's first 5 outs or 4 outs is a lot better than what he did in Game 1. I believe home field advantage in the World Series is now best record. Jesse Barfield had a good game yesterday, 3 for 13 now on the series with an RBI. McCaskill winds and deals. Barfield line drive to Schofield, 2 out. Dodgers had a great come-from-behind win over the Diamondbacks in Game 1 of a twin bill today. That's right, we're not doing the whole nonsense for the All-Star Game winner. Ernie Witt had the 2 homers in Toronto and has been quiet here so far. 2 for 12 at a 167. 2 out, McCaskill. Long drive, right field. Reggie makes the catch to retire the side. Well, McCaskill pitching a lot better. Inning and a half in the books, no score. So DeCinces hitting .091. 1 for 11, and that one hit was a solo homer. The Dodgers now have the greatest differential in modern baseball National League history. So you got to go back to before 19-1, and I guarantee you it's not the Cleveland Spiders. In fact, it's the best run differential of any team that's not the New York Yankees. 38? Just taking a guess. 38, 27, or 98. Pitch to DeCinces. Fly ball left field. Bell. 1 out. Bobby Grich is also 1 for 11. He is a solo homer. You would think Tom Henke did not pitch yesterday. That if the Blue Jays have to lead after 7, that Henke would get the chance to close it. That is true, Matt. I agree with you. I also agree that they wouldn't have beaten the Tigers in 87 if it didn't start in Minnesota. 39 Yankees, by the way, and then 27. The Twins got home field in 87 and 91. But that's the way they did it back then. Pitch to Grich. Ball 4. So the Angels trying to start something here. And here's Rupert Jones. In real life, 231, 21 homers, 67 RBI. He has a pinch hit walk. It'll be all for naught if Craig Kimbrell doesn't shape up, I'm being told. So let's see if this change worked. Ground ball to Garcia. Yeah, if it's a Blue Jay fan, it worked. 4, 6, 3. They turn the double play. Steve got a bunch of those in Game 1. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. After 2, no score. So Mullenix 3 for 12, a double, and an RBI. McCaskill has already thrown longer than he did in Game 1. Pitch to Mullenix. Chopper to Grich. Bobby over to first. Here's Oliver. Al is 4 for 12. A homer and 2 RBI in the series. McCaskill deals. Little number over the mound. Schofield running in. Oliver does not, and he throws it away. So Oliver's going to reach. And he goes into second as that goes into the camera well. So they had Oliver dead to rights, and it's another error for the Angels. And now bring up Fernandez, who is having himself a ball. He's got 3 singles and 3 doubles. So McCaskill, again, 1 out, and the first run of the ball game is in scoring position. Kirk from the stretch. Fly ball, center field. Pettis has it lined up, maybe? Yes, he makes the catch. Oliver tags and will hold, and there's 2 out. See, if this was Game 1, a lot more better baseball. So McCaskill is opening 9, 2 2/3 and a hit on 31 pitches. Yeah, the Mets are in the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. Damaso Garcia is 0 for 1. McCaskill deals. Oliver goes. Into right center goes the ball. Pettis runs over and makes the catch, and the error does not hurt. So no runs, no hits, and the error. After 2.5, no score. So Schofield, Boone, and Pettis to face Steve here in the third. Schofield 1 for 7 in the series. Gets away from Witt on strike 3, throws down to Upshaw, and there's one out. The fastball got caught in the webbing of the glove after it was trapped. So here's Boone. Bob 1 for 9, a double and an RBI. Yeah, I agree that Sandy Alderson belongs in the Hall of Fame. Rebuilt the A's, rebuilt the Mets, 4 pennants, a championship. Introduced all those stats that no one over the age of 50 likes to the front office. Pitch to Boone. Ground ball to third. Mullenix across the way. And that is an error. Upshaw couldn't handle it. The throw was high off the top of his glove, and Boone reaches. So that's the first error for Toronto. Yeah, rest in peace to Maury Wills. I thought he died years ago. Maury either was 90 or was almost 90. He was born in 32. Great defensive shortstop. 89 years old. Of course, stole over 100 bases for the Dodgers in 62. Wasn't he the NL MVP that year? Steve's opening 9, 37 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, a hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. And Gary is 0 for 1. Mays got jobbed in 62. 1 out. Popped up left side, Mullenix. And that's out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. That was Maury Amsterdam, who died years ago. Maury's been gone for about 20 years, hasn't he? Or a little longer? Anyway, 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Pettis, scoreless game, bottom of the third. Chopper to short. Fernandez will go across the way. I'm surprised. Over to Upshaw, and Gary is out on a bang-banger. What a throw by Fernandez, and there's 2 out. Mock comes out to argue the call, but Fernandez just put a lot on it. So here's Carew. Rod singled his first time up. Yep, Mays and Koufax are left from the 60s, the perennials. But if I'm 50 and I was born in 71, that was a long time ago. Pitch to Carew. Line drive to Garcia, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Yep, that's true. How you doing, Zalapsky Smurf? We go to the 4th, no score. So McCaskill, a 1-hitter through 3, and he's facing the man who got it, who's hitting .538 in the series, in Mosby. It has been the second time through the lineup that the Blue Jays have struck the last 2 games. Got him. 2-2 fastball on the inside corner, 1 out. For George Bell, who's 0 for 1. McCaskill deals. Right field, Jackson looking back, and that is caught. It was well hit, but not that hard. Not hard enough. So Upshaw's 0 for 1. McCaskill showing why he was the Game 1 pitcher. Still don't know why I didn't go with Candy, because because when Steve said he was healthy, the Blue Jays were going to go for it. Candelaria's endurance isn't good, and all hands on deck anyway. McCaskill of the starters had the best whip by far. And look, it's scoreless in the 4th. So, pitch to Upshaw. Walked him. He only, remember, McCaskill only threw 53 pitches in game one. And only went an inning and 2/3. He's at 45 with 2 outs in the fourth. Here's Barfield. He's 0 for 1. The plan was Candelaria and Clancy, but when Steve was pronounced healthy to go by the computer, of course you were going to go with Steve. And when McCaskill showed full strength, this is a whole bunch of 2s in this rotation. There is not a 1. Runner on first is Upshaw. Barfield strikes out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. He swung on and missed. McCaskill sticks his tongue out at the fan with the Reds paraphernalia on. Bottom 4, no score. So Downing, Jackson into Sensei. And Downing is 0 for 1. Steve starts the fourth. Base hit left field. Bell. Mullenix should have had it. And that just holds Candelaria there in game 5 if Romana can't go. So gotta get there first. Reggie struck out his first time up. Downing holds. Jackson draws the walk. Then the Angels, for the first time, are threatening to take the lead in this series. Here's to Sensei. He's 0 for 1. Steve from the stretch. Struck him out. A full count fastball looking, 1 out. For Gritch, who walked his first time up. Steve walked 5 in game 1. Got him! There's the Cy Young Award on his mantle for a reason. He gets Gritch to swing and miss on a 2-2 fastball. 2 out for Jones, who was the left-handed extra power hitter that the Angels thought they needed. First and second. Ground ball to first. Upshaw. And Steve again gets out of a jam. No runs, a hit. The Angels have left on 2 in the inning and 4 overall. We go to the 5th in a scoreless game 4. Steve is the Cy Young Award winner in the replay with his 22 wins. Never won it in real life. But the fake Cy Young for 85 is Steve's. Ernie Witt is 0 for 1. Base hit left side. Downing will pick it up. That'll bring up Mullenix, and we're not looking there. He's in the Jays Hall of Fame, I would think. Rance is 0 for 1, and there is action in the Toronto or in the California pen. Popped up. Left side. Schofield makes the catch. Here's Oliver. He's 0 for 1. I mean, Steve is a classic example of why wins are a useless stat. He went 14 and 13, I think, on the real year, or the earned run average under 2.5. In the replay, he won 22 and 8. It's McCaskill who was the Dave Stieb of 85 in this replay. Yeah, I was always a big Stieb fan. Oliver's 0 for 1. 1 out, runner on first. Al, long drive, right field. Back goes Reggie. 2-0 Jays. Steve Tower, how are you? So the Jays strike first here in the 5th. Yep. Steve agrees that there are many Blue Jays that got the short shrift when it came to the Hall of Fame. Love these mid-80 Jays. Al Oliver, a huge home run. Mike from the truck playing some pro strategy football. Yeah, and remember, Todd, in my 82 replay, Steve Rogers owned the National League. He was the NL Cy Young Award in that replay. Tony's 0 for 1. McCaskill deals. Struck him out. So 1-2 curve for strike 3. Yeah, Rogers was done by 85. I think overuse. So McCaskill, 66 pitches through his first 18, 4 in the third, a much better outing tonight than game 1. 3 hits, the homer by Oliver, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Garcia is 0 for 2. Base hit, left center field. The other reason why I didn't start him is because I knew that Candelaria wasn't sure if he would be needed in this game, and there are 5 left-handed batters. He has 65 pitches. So, Brad, do I bring him in now or do I wait? That's what I'm asking. So, Candy is loosening. There just aren't that many good options. But the leash now is tight. Mosby is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Steve is a big fan of Hanky. Yep, me too. I like guys with glasses. Yep, just the one bad pitch. The Angels, by the way, have not led yet in this series. No one wants to wait for Candy. Todd, were you a writer on that show? Pitch to Mosby. Got him! So he recovers, and we're halfway home in Game 4. The Blue Jays 2, the Angels nothing. Halfway home on a Tuesday night. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. You just saw it. Al Oliver, a 2-run homer to make it 2-0 Toronto. Game 1 starters back at it. Dave Stieb just doing what he did in Game 1, playing Harry Houdini, a 2-hitter and 2 walks through 4, and the Angels have not led in this entire series. McCaskill, much better tonight in Game 4. 5 innings, 4 hits, but the 2-run shot by Oliver, the difference. I wear glasses if I'm in public. I don't wear them on the computer because of the glare, and I can see this close. But if I'm out and about in town, I've had glasses since I was 4 years old. Dick Schofield struck out. We'll get in, Hendrick, Todd. Don't worry. If it looks like it's over. Schofield struck out his first time up. Steve starts the 5th with a fly ball left field. In comes Bell. 1 out. George Hendrick has a lawn chair out there on the on-deck circle. He isn't intent on hitting. Just sipping on a nice drink on this 83-degree evening. Bob Boone is 0 for 1. Steve winds and deals. Ground ball to Fernandez. Tony, long throw to first, 2 out. So Steve is opening 18, 74 pitches, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Again, Toronto, if they can get the lead still by the 8th inning, they got Henke. For the Angels, you got to start thinking this is a 7-inning game. Gary Pennis is 0 for 2. We tried the bunt, didn't work. When Brad's son was younger, I showed him film of Hendrick and said, "Son, imitate that man. Taught my kid to work smart, not hard." Pitch to Pettis. Struck him out. That's 6 for Steve. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we go to the 6th. It's 2-0 Toronto. So Bell is 0 for 2. McCaskill not giving me the fatigue warning. Upshaw and Barfield. McCaskill starts the 6th. Little ground ball over the mound. Schofield throws to Carew. 1 out. So here's Willie. Willie is 0 for 1 with a walk. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error. And the Jays have left on 3. The Angels, no runs, 2 hits, and an error. And they've left on 4. McCaskill winds and deals. Upshaw, a chopper to Gritch. Throws to Carew, and Willie is out on a bang-banger. Yep, I've thought of that a couple times, maybe not tonight. McCaskill going deeper into the game is like that show, Press Your Luck. No whammies, no whammies. McCaskill looking for some big bucks. And Jesse Barfield says stop. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Kirk delivers. Struck him out. He has fanned 5 on his own. 5.5 down, 2-0 Toronto. So Carew, who does not want this to be his last game, he is 1 for 2 and 6 for 12 on the series. Steve has pitched well. In fact, the 2-hitter through 5 is very well. Carew, I see you. Pitch to Carew. Ground ball to Upshaw. Willie, no sir, that's an error. So Carew reaches on the error. And so here's Downing, who's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single, and he is the tying run here in the 6th. Deep breath from Steve. Popped up, left side. Fernandez, that's a rainmaker. Good thing we're in Southern California. 1 out. So here's Reggie. Reggie has walked and struck out. This might be his last at-bat. You got Beniquez on the bench. Pitch to Reggie. Ground ball to Fernandez. Should be 2. Garcia for 1. Upshaw for 2. Fernandez robbed Reggie of a hit. And again, we're through 6. No runs, no hits, and the air does not hurt. It's 2-0 Toronto. So McCaskill does not have the fatigue warning. Witt is 1 for 2. He has scored. He scored on the Oliver homer in the 5th. Liner right field. Jackson cuts it off. And they get Witt napping. Oh my goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Jackson threw it in. Witt wasn't paying any attention. He was 10 feet off the bag, and Bobby Gritch threw him out. What a mistake. They almost had McCaskill out of the game. And that was absolutely some witless base running for sure. Oh my goodness. What a mistake. And if you're in Montreal, what a maroon. Kirk lives. And Spock is happy. Maybe. So here's Mullenix. He's 0 for 2. McCaskill deals. To right field. Jackson. Yes. 2 out. For Oliver, who homered in the 5th. By far, the best pitching performance from an Angels starter in the series. Yeah. McCaskill deals. Got him! Stretch time, 2-0 Jays. Doug DeCinces is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the problem with the bullpen. Okay, you got Holland. And you got Moore. And that's about all I'd trust at this point. Moore pitched in game 2. Or pitched last night, threw 10 pitches and couldn't retire anybody. So many great Canadians in this series. Kirk McCaskill, Buffy St. Marie. Yep. The entire California offense brought to you by Krylon Paint. No runs, no drips, no errors. DeCinces is 0 for 2. Line drive, left field. Bell can't get there. A single for Doug, and that's the 3rd hit. Yeah, Moore left a hairball the size of Cleveland on the mound last night. Or Sunday night. It was a close game until then. So here's Gritch. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Liner to left. Bell 1 out. No, it dropped in front of him. I thought he caught it. He thought he caught it, but they ruled that he trapped it. So first and second, and now Steve is the one in trouble for Rupert Jones. They brought him in for some power. Yeah, only the second time tonight the Angels have had a runner in scoring position. Steve deals. Walked him loaded. This series is so bad even Rose couldn't place a bet. So with Schofield, and now you start looking at your bench. It's Gerber who struck out. He's 0 for 1. He's a shortstop by trade. The batting average goes up a little bit. There's nobody out. 7th inning, 2-0 Toronto. Yep, this is it. California's got to go ahead. Steve deals. Center field. They're going to get 1, I would think. DeCinces goes back to tag. Mosby makes the catch. And DeCinces scores without a throw, and it's 2-1. So they get something out of it. Now Bob Boone's going to hit. He's 0 for 2. The crowd calling for George Hendrick. Steve looks in disgust. From the stretch to third. Mullenix goes to first, and it is not in time. Boone beat it out. Boone beat it out. Well, you got Pettis at 136 and Boone 100. don't know if they have. Problem is the other DH or the other center fielder is Jones. Oh, you could go with Maniquez. So Juan Beniquez. He's 4 for 12 on the series. He has scored twice, stolen a base, and struck out once. He's going to pinch hit for the struggling Pettis in a situation where the Angels can take the lead for the first time. Witt and Steve have a word. Gritch on third. Jones second. Boone on the infield single. He walks home the tying run. And now Rod Carew can put the Angels up. He is 1 for 3. He reached on an error. Computer will make that decision right now. Steeps and Witt again. Walked him. And the Angels lead for the first time in the series. 3-2. Problem is you can't get 7 outs from Henke. You could go with Lamp, who hasn't pitched in this series. Chances are you're going with Clancy tomorrow if you lose. You got Lavelle. Steve wants out. Lamp coming in. Well, the computer, by the way, mostly makes those decisions. So if you need 5 or 6 outs, well, here's Lamp. Lamp, against the Angels, 3 appearances, 8 innings, 6 hits. A run it was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Regular season, 124 2/3, 116 hits, 39 runs, 33 earned, 10 homers. He walked 40 and struck out 77. So first and 1 out in a 3-2 game. And that worked. Downing with a single. Boone will score. Beniquez rounds third. He's gonna score. Unless Mosby throws it in and the Angels go up 5-2. So here's Reggie. He's 0 for 2. The genie is out of the lamp. A walk and a strikeout. And there's still 1 out here in the 7th. Pitch to Reggie. Base hit right field. Carew will round third. And hold. Steve did his best Jack Morris impersonation and pitched to the score. I didn't think, you look at the line from game 1, he struck out 8 over 8 innings, but he induced a lot of double plays. And the Rally Monkey is having a cigar. So 5-2 here in the 7th to Sensei 1 for 3 with a strikeout. The Angels finally wake up. Struck him out. So 2 out for Gritch. Bobby 1 for 2. A run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. And imagine that this really came down to Bobby Boone beating out an infield single. chopper, lamp, towards the bag. Oh, underhand it. Upshaw underhands it. That's right. So, monkey having a cigar? Yeah, Red Auerbach impersonator in that little fez, of course. So, Bonica is a 3 and a 9 in center. And Gerber an 8 at short. Oh. So McCaskill wants to pitch. But it's really down to base runner time. Fernandez 0 for 2 in the strikeout. And he hit him. Well, that was worth it. The 1-2 change got him on the leg. And McCaskill will go for Donnie Moore. Angels need 6 outs. Moore. Has pitched twice in this series. Pitched well in game 2, the 7-4 loss. Struck out a man of the 4 he retired. That's true. The bullpen for the Angels it's a paradox. But last night, he threw 10 pitches, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. Look at the outcome box. It jumped up. Garcia is 1 for 3. Moore has the pitch count to get all 6. To short, Gerber, who's an 8. Grich for 1. Carew for 2. And so Moore needs 6. He got 2 on 2 pitches. Here's Mosby, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. In 79, as Todd B. actually magically mentions the 79 Angels, the Angels dropped the first 2 in Baltimore when it was a best of 5 and then walked off game 3. The series was over in 4, but they walked off game 3. Mosby 1 for 3. He has struck out twice. If this result holds, Toronto and California tomorrow at noon. The Blue Jays have a 3-1 lead. We won't say any more. The Dodgers and Cardinals tomorrow night. Dodgers lead 2-1. Pitching matchup to be determined. Pitch to Mosby. Right field. Reggie. Going back. Reggie off the wall. So Mosby, is he going to go for 3? He's got 2. He's digging for third. The throw to Cincy. Not in time. I think the Angel fans are going to need a case of Maalox and whatever General Grant drank. Here's Bell. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He is 4 for 15 on the series. More deals. Struck him out. It's like tap dancing in a minefield. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Angels. So Rupert Jones is 0 for 2. Gerber was a RBI, and Bapoon with that infield single. Struck him out. A 1-2 curveball. Swung on and missed. So here's Gerber. Gerber reached his... walked home a run. No, he reached... He drove home a run. In the 7th. Strikes out. So 2 out for Bob Boone, whose second hit of this series might have been the biggest. He kept the inning alive and eventually set up the Downing base hit. Gerber has force-fed that baseball. You know, I'm going to make you some stewed prunes, Brad. Pitch from Lamb. Base hit left field. So here's Benitez. He pinch hit for Pettis and walked home a run. Upshaw, Barfield, and Witt in the ninth. Gerber throws a spitball too. I hear he fills diapers. Pitch to Benitez. There's a chopper to third. Mullenix goes to Garcia, and that will retire the side. So, we go to the ninth inning. I can't use the slides I made tonight. Gosh darn it. It'll be Upshaw, Barfield, and Witt to face Donnie Moore. The Angels 3 outs for making this a 3-1 series. So Willie is 0 for 2 with a walk. Ground ball to third to Sensei. Over to Carew. 1 out. Here's Barfield. He has struck out twice. He is 0 for 3. Strikes out. Gets away from Boone. 2 out. So last chance for the Blue Jays here. Here's Witt. Ernie is 2 for 3 with a run scored. After the game, we'll tell you the pitchers for tomorrow's doubleheader. To third, to Sensei. Over to first, and Kirk McCaskill gets the win. Moore, the 6th out save. The Angels have a tomorrow. They've defeated the Blue Jays by the score of 5-2. Steve was right on that pitch number. He threw at 133. He threw 129. The walks didn't hurt him in game 1. They came back to tonight, and I still say that the infield hit from Bob Boone was huge. McCaskill, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. The homer to Oliver notwithstanding, he walked 1 and struck out 6. Donnie Moore, there really are angels in the outfield. Strikes out 2 in the effort. 2-6-2 for the Jays. They leave on 4. 5-8-1 for the Angels. They leave on 8. Really was a Charlie Hustle play, wasn't it? All right. So the day game will be the Jays and the Angels. And yet you get the doubleheader tomorrow. No. It's only game 4. So there's one more in California. And if the Angels win, then Blue Jay fans start sending me nasty grams, but still have 2 chances to finish it out. Don't worry, we're not playing it now. So it'll be Alexander for the Jays. And Candelaria for the Angels. So they've given them a chance on 105 pitches. Romantic isn't ready, and there's no way in purgatory I'm throwing Jim Slayton in an elimination game. They will have Donnie Moore available. They will have Stu Clyburn available. They will have Urbano Lugo available. So the Angels will go with Candelaria and against Alexander. I still think the advantage goes, it's all hands on deck. And that's the advantage of managing the home teams, is that it was just easy to do. Yes, all the nasty grams are to be sent to attention Dave Gardner. So that's the day game tomorrow. The night game from St. Louis will be it'll be Jerry Royce. So the Dodgers can't go on Fernando on short rest. So Jerry Royce for the Dodgers. And with all those lefties in the lineup, does it really matter? So that means you get more Tom Nieto and Tito Landrum. And for the Cardinals, John Tudor. And they'll keep Bob Forrest. They could actually go with Ricky Horton. So they'll keep Bob Forrest in reserve for Game 5. So Tudor and Royce tomorrow, Candelaria, and Doyle Alexander. Hope you enjoyed it, gang. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Another doubleheader tomorrow, and we'll see. But for now, the California Angels are still alive. Sing the Bee Gees to yourself. Good night, everybody.